Today is the story of a young girl called Fanny Adams. Why do you think she's called Fanny Adams? You, my friend, are going to be waiting until you find out. Today's case happened in 1867. This was hundreds of years ago, and yes, there is a story to this at the end. But let me tell you the story of Fanny Adams. Let's go. So, some people say that Fanny Adams is Sweet Fanny Adams because of what happened in this story. Sweet Fanny Adams is a term that we say, and we should really think about what we say beforehand anyway, because this is what happened to this young girl in 1867. Let me tell you about Fanny Adams and about what happened to her, and about where she is buried and what says on her tombstone now. And I'm saying this because I want to keep her story alive, and I want to keep her memory alive, because this was a young girl who was only 8 years and 4 months old when she got abducted by Federek Baker on 24th of August 1967. So, but way before that, let's go to when Fanny Adams was born, shall we? Fanny Adams was born on 30th of April 1859 in Tannenhouse Lane, Alton, Hampshire. She was the fourth child of George Adams, who was a bricklayer, and his wife Harriet, formerly Mills. And by the 1867, Fanny had two younger sisters called Elizabeth, who went by Lizzie, was born in 1862, and Lily, born in 1866. Although at the time Fanny was only 8 years old, she was a tall, comely and intelligent girl who bore the appearance of being several years in advance of her age, and was only a lively and cheerful disposition. Now this is where we get to the abducted at the Hop Gardens, because this is where she was playing with her two sisters in 1867. And if you don't like anybody who gets abducted, especially at 8 years and 4 months old young child, then I hereby for you to click away now, because it does get gruesome. That's your warning. On August the 24th, 1867, Fanny was out playing with her friends in the hop garden, with Lizzie and her friend Minnie Warner, and it was right back to her house, which was Tannenhouse Lane, so this hop gardens wasn't that far from her house. And then a 29-year-old solicitor's clerk called Frederick Baker came up to them and offered Fanny a half a penny, whilst he gave the others a 3.5 penny. But he asked her to go with him, and obviously at that year old you wouldn't want to go with anyone. So the other girls went off to buy sweets, and then Frederick Baker, took the girl and took her away. And this is when Lizzie and Minnie saw the last of her, because he told Fanny not to cry and asked her to accompany him. So this is the search for Fanny. When Lizzie arrived home, she arrived home without, obviously, Fanny, of course. And this is where the gruesome parts get into, and her dad was playing golf at the time, and he came home late after, and he took out his shotgun. Because he was trying to see who murdered his daughter. Anyway, they found her body a few hours later, between the hours of 1:30 and 3:38 p.m, and she was abducted, but obviously she was chopped head, shoulder, basically the trunk bit off. Her legs were chopped off, a leg at the hip, the other at the leg, at the ankle. Her insides ripped out, her head on a pole, and her insides were chucked into the river. Warning. Frederick Baker was then arrested on the 24th of August that day, in one of the beer gardens, and then Fanny was Fanny's remains was then buried in Alton Cemetery, as she should be. They called Frederick Baker was then called so her cause of death was injuries, but they said that she was abducted, which was her main cause of death. As I said, Fanny's tombstone stands in Alton Cemetery and reads, "Sacred to the memory of Fanny Adams, 8 years and 4 months, who was cruelly murdered on Saturday, August 24th, 1867. Fear not them which kills the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear them which is able to destroy both body and soul in hell. This stone is erected by voluntary subscription." However, on Christmas Eve 1867, that year, Frederick Baker was then hanged, and apparently the lawyer that was, first he was sent to jail, and it was public back then, so all the public came and saw this live event at, he was then guilty and pronounced a death sentence, which he then got sentenced and hanged on Christmas Eve. And that's it. So, this poor young girl, she... Rest in peace, Fanny Adams. I hope we learn from this and we know that, this shouldn't have happened to you. You were only 8 years and 4 months old. It's cruel. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this, a little true crime story for you. I hope you like this. Please like, share, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the new year. And yeah, this has been your Boxing Day video. Like, share, comment and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.